Welcome to the 34 Motorsports Product Showcase. We're proud to offer the full line of Simpson Racing safety products. The Shark Speedway is a perfect brain bucket to keep your melon as safe as possible. We carry every model and size of Hans device, and these have saved countless lives. The Hybrid Pro Lite is an alternative to the Hans device and is just as effective. The DNA 3-layer suit offers maximum protection when things get hot. And hey, dude, those comfy shoes won't help one bit when things go south. Keep those hands ready to work with a pair of Vortex FIA gloves meeting every current standard. From 5 to 7 points, we carry every one of the Simpson harnesses, keeping your rear end right where it should be. Keep all your gear clean and together with the helmet and FHR bag, and always be ready to hop in a race car. Visit 34motorsports.com and order today.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Highside Hustle right here on the National Racing Network. Bert and Adam are back with you here for another night of talking the shit here on the National Racing Network. My name is Bert Wojcik. As always, folks, alongside me is Big Sexy Adam Rubright, Chris Graham, our executive producer. Boys, it is great to be back. We were off last week, and we went and saw pretty good race at Sealands Grove, which kicked off a massive weekend here in central Pennsylvania. And it leads into another massive weekend here, a 5-race weekend coming up here in Central PA, which would start tonight with the Greg Hotline Foundation Hotline Classic at BAPS, but unfortunately that got rained out. Good call on their part, I believe. Bloomsburg was also supposed to race tonight as well. That got rained out. But so it starts tomorrow night then, which it leads into a beautiful looking weekend. You have Big Diamond, you have Williams Grove. 5K to win at the Grove for the East Coast Sprint Cars. You got the Kramer Cup this weekend. You got C.V. Smith Memorial Race. Path Valley coming up this weekend. You got Big Diamond on Tuesday night for the 410s. It is a good time to be alive, Adam, don't you think?
It certainly is. Sucks the racing tonight at BAPS was canceled. I always look forward to the Hotnet Foundation race. $5 admission at Bloomsburg. That would have been neat. I mean, there was pretty much something going on for just about everyone tonight.
Yeah.
Sucks, but
we have not had one 410 race at BAPS yet this year. We are into June and not one 410 race at BAPS.
It doesn't surprise me. The bulk of their 410 goes are in the year when it's kind of shitty weather-wise.
Yeah. It just happens to fall on Sundays.
And then you get to the final showdown and you're freezing your ass off, but it's all in good fun.
Yeah, but it all is in good fun, absolutely. But, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a great show lined up for you. Of course, we're going to be talking about everything going on over the past weekend here, including it seemed like the weekend of sweeps for Memorial Day weekend. By the way, hope you all had a great Memorial Day weekend. Thanks to all the service members who gave all and who are giving all right now for us. Our gratitude is ungrateful here for everyone here at NRN, so we thank you so much for all the families that sacrificed everything. But on Memorial Day, we saw a hell of a race on the Super Dirt Car side of things up at the Lebanon Valley Speedway. He's going to be joining us here in about 15 minutes. LJ Lombardo is going to be joining us on the Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel hotline. Picked up his first Super Dirt Car Series win at the Lebanon Valley Speedway in a fantastic race, a very well run 100-lap race, Adam. And I don't know how much you got to see of it, but it was a good race, a clean race for the most part there. Really dominated by Andy McKinney at the start of that race here. We'll get in that with LJ a little bit here, but LJ, it just kind of fell right into him after McKinney broke. And Peter Britton, too. Peter Britton had a flat.
I didn't see any of it, to be honest with you, because I was spanked from work. I literally came home from work on Monday, and with that concert on Sunday, I got about 3 hours of sleep, rolled out of bed. There wasn't enough caffeine in the world to keep me alive on Monday while I was picking boxes up and putting them down. But yeah, I came home and literally went right to sleep, and I woke up at 4:30 in the morning when my alarm went off on Tuesday. So couldn't tell you anything what happened. So thank you for filling me in.
You're welcome. You'll have that in these big jobs. But anyway, all right, let's get into this weekend. Let's start off on last Thursday night up at the Selinsgrove Speedway in a fantastic race. Gio Scelzi goes out, smashes a new 30-lap track record, goes out and just absolutely spanks everyone by over 12 seconds up at Selinsgrove on last Thursday night. You weren't even there, Adam.
That's what happens when you work.
We were talking shit on you anyway, so it's fine.
It is what it is. I expect it at this point.
Oh boy, but no, it was a really good race. For it being a 12-second win, it was a good race. It was fun to watch. Gio was just in their realm of his own. It was. I don't even know how to describe it. He was in their realm. There was no touching Gio whatsoever. Now behind him, the fun of that was watching Danny Dietrich come up from the 17th position up into third there, and he got third after Anthony Macri broke the got a flat with two coming to the white flag. So Dietrich got a podium out of that. Brian Brown, he looked very impressive as he always does up at Selinsgrove. But let me see here real quick here as it was just posted. The lap record. Let me see if they posted on their website here for Selinsgrove. Okay, so yes, it is a new 25-lap track record, 7 minutes and 12 seconds for Gio. Average speed 110 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's getting it done. Honestly, I mean,
7 minutes for a 25-lap feature,
and that's one of the bigger half miles. Just you'll see, it's not tight and small.
Fastest half mile on the East Coast.
Big, allegedly. Isn't that Volusia's claim to fame also?
Something like that. I don't know. Probably is.
I think we need to set.
We need to have a showdown.
Yeah,
we do. But
I think first you need a decent measurement first.
You do. Selinsgrove is measured at 5.5296 miles.
Okay, Chris, you want to pop up how big Volusia is?
I'll pop up Volusia.
Yeah, I can. Let me take a look.
Yeah. So, also on the late model side of things, Jim Yoder picked up the win in a really good race with him and Brian Bernheisel had a nice little battle there Thursday night at Selinsgrove. Selinsgrove's really getting it done. For the track that it didn't move up that much on Thursday night, as I thought it should have or would have, it was a good race on the late model side of things. Late models really widened it out and got it to be a very racy, very wide tracks. 410s weren't that wide. There was a lot of jiving and moving there. Like I said, Dietrich came up through the field here. Macri was just so much fun to watch because there was a hole going into one there, and he'd try and go up and apex it on the high side there. Well, all of a sudden, they're shooting the cars up every which way. But no, Selinsgrove was good. Selinsgrove was very, very good on Thursday night. So
Volusia lists their official measurement as 0.5 miles exactly.
So Selinsgrove's bigger then. Okay.
It'd be really fun to get two identical cars with people that can push them the same. So carbon copy two drivers somehow. Put one on one on the other, and do like a simulcast of the both of them to see which one gets it done faster.
Interesting bit of information here. The facility originally operated as a quarter-mile dirt track before it was expanded to a 3/8 mile in 1969. 3 years later, the track grew, in air quotes, to a half mile and then was paved in 1989. Converted back to dirt in 1997.
Yep.
So I don't
I
think there's
honestly
an
never
actual
knew.
measurement on Volusia.
I never knew Volusia
The
was paved.
Outlaws would have one. Let me check the Outlaws.
The Outlaws list it as a half mile.
Okay. So normally the Outlaws have their exact measurement data. Bullshit there.
At the midpoint between turns 1 and 2.
Thank you, Johnny.
Well, there's arguments to be made there because having been to Bristol and being at Bridgeport, I would swear to you Bridgeport's a half mile.
It seems it, doesn't it?
It depends on where you measure the place.
It definitely looks like
it's from apparently the middle of the corner they measure it.
the apex or midway, whatever the heck Gibson says.
Well,
I think it's
yes,
the midpoint.
you take the bottom of the racetrack, the very top of the racetrack, cut that number in half, and then that's where you would theoretically measure from. Except that's not how the FIA standard is, but we won't get into that one either.
Yeah, we don't talk FIA around here.
It's above my pay grade.
Way above it. All right, Saturday night, Port Royal. I'll let you take the reins of this one, Pig, because that was a damn good feature on Saturday night at Port.
It was. Honestly, God, I don't know where to start. It was great racing everywhere. Before we go any further, I want to talk about has anyone still figured out how Tyler Reeser made it between a car and the fence in his heat race? Has anyone figured that one out yet? Because I'm still
there was no room there.
About it.
No room.
And I don't think there was anyone there that was driving harder than Reeser that night. I mean, he put on a passing clinic, and it sucks he didn't make it into the feature, but goddamn.
I think I saw somebody post he passed like 40 cars, and it seemed like he passed 40 cars and didn't make the feature.
Yeah. It was just ridiculous. But in other news, Anthony Macri wins yet again. And if you haven't seen the results for Sunday, he does the same thing and sweeps the weekend for a grand weekend
let's give
total
him credit
of $39,000. Not bad for 2 days' work.
Not bad for 2 days' work at all. And if he would have been in the makeup feature, he probably would have won that. Let's be honest here. Probably would have won the makeup feature on Sunday night. That could be another $5,000 if he would have ran that, but he didn't. But either way, let's give him credit where credit's due. On Saturday night, he ran down Lance Deweese. After Deweese, I from my vantage point, it looks like he pushed Dietrich up into the 3 and 4 wall, but I know Lance doesn't really drive like that, but from my vantage point, it looked like he did anyways, but it was pretty close. But anyways, Macri drove around Deweese, coming to the white flag. You don't see that at Port Royal too often. This kid is what we've been expecting for the last 4 years out of Anthony Macri, and it is now time. Anthony Macri's time is now. It took 4 years, but here we are. We knew it was going to come. It just took a little bit to get to there.
Yeah, and it almost feels like when he pulls into a racetrack and there's big money on the line this season, don't count him out.
No,
because he will find a way to get to the top, and it's ridiculous. And years past we used to talk about how good Logan Wagner runs defense at Port Royal. I think Macri might have found a way to run it just a little bit better. Now, obviously, Macri's second or third in points, something like that, which is still impressive. But for not running full-time Port Royal, that's impressive in its own right to still be within the top 5.
Yes,
points-wise.
Without that, I think he's run so well right now at the Port, anywhere really. It's he's good. Macri's good. This is what we've been waiting for. It's I don't even know what more to say about it. I know I'm all over the place here, boys, all over the place. But let's move on now to the Indianapolis 500 on Sunday afternoon, which we all were looking forward to, all were anticipating for, and Marcus Ericsson with a fantastic win at the Brickyard. Chris, we'll bring you in on this one too here.
I'm
Yeah,
just
go
gonna
ahead,
keep
Adam.
saying that it's bullshit.
Bullshit.
Literally, like, all right, with like 70 to go,
What?
their whole thing was,
Okay.
man, we really want this race to finish under green flag. Well, you get that red with what comes back out, 2 to go.
6 to
6
go.
to go.
Yeah, 6 to go. You're setting up for a great finish. You know, they're bobbing and weaving down the backstretch. Caution comes out. Race ends under a caution. What in the fuck?
I am not calling bullshit on that.
I want to see the Indy 500 come down to the green flag, not
It did.
the lead. Did
Well,
it?
no. Okay,
Did
so
it
here's the
really
thing.
though?
Indy,
And
they go the 500-mile distance.
bingo.
They don't go any stupid overtime. They go the 500 miles distance, and that's what I love about Indy. You don't add this stupid overtime. You don't add any of that shit. You stick to the 500-mile advertised distance.
Do we really want the Williams Grove National Open to run unlimited overtime finishes?
I mean, well, technically they do.
I'd still like to see the top 3 and 4 drivers coming down the front stretch at full speed, not
Okay,
passing
so here's the thing. Let me throw this out at
passing
you,
the
Adam. Let me
pagoda
throw
at
this out
100
at you.
miles an hour instead of 220.
Let me throw you this here. All right, they gave them a chance to come to the checkers under green. All right, that's why you threw the red flag. They gave them a chance to come to the checkers.
I know what you're saying.
They got the white flag. Next flag ends the race.
More importantly, Pato O'Ward stepped on his dick.
Oh, absolutely, he did.
He lifted.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
It's giving me goosebumps thinking about it. But Jack Arute would start the victory lane interview with saying the driver's name and welcome to immortality.
Mhm.
I mean, literally, you live forever when you win the Indy 500.
Yes.
And Pato lifted.
You don't.
You gotta be shitting me. If he
I
doesn't lift,
understand.
okay, now, if he doesn't lift, both of those cars are junk and somebody's probably hurt.
Yes. And Tony
I'm
Kanaan
not
probably won
li-
the Indy 500 then.
I'm not lifting. And Connor Daly said the same thing on his social media account. I don't know how Pato had the balls to lift. Because that is so big brain move.
I don't know if he thought that he was going to have a chance going in 3 and 4, but he was so far out of the draft of Marcus
it was
Ericsson.
over. That race
so
was
far.
absolutely over when Ericsson cleared him off a 1. But all in all, it was a great race. Scott Dixon probably should change his last name to Andretti at this point.
Mm-hmm.
If there is a bad luck way to lose the 500, Scott Dixon is finding a way to do it.
Yeah.
Like, he drove a perfect race. His pit stops were flawless. It came down to the second to last pit stops of the day. Just about. And
yeah.
Comes down
I think it was the last one, wasn't it?
Yeah, last pit stop of the day.
There was no need. There was no need to try and gain any time on pit road.
Even if he restarts, say, 4th or 5th, he's gonna win. He was the fastest car on the track all goddamn day. The one thing I didn't like was that whole preserving fuel bullshit, where someone will lead a lap or lead for 2 or 3 laps, and then somebody else will lead for another couple laps, and then flip flop back and forth between the two. Meanwhile, third place is just saving an epic fuck ton of fuel. For what reason? You're still gonna have to hit with.
Can we also? The one part I loved about that. Can we talk about Connor Daly? The crowd going nuts when Connor Daly took the lead. I love that.
He was one of my 2 picks that would have blown the roof off the place.
Yes.
Ed Carpenter or Connor Daly winning that race, they would have burned the city of Indianapolis down.
Indiana boys win the Indy 500? Yes. Hell yes.
But man alive, it was fun to watch. He was actually on Dale Jr.'s podcast that released, I guess, today, either yesterday or today. And he talked a little bit about they did not have the speed to keep up with the Ganassi cars. There was no chance. So it would have taken an issue from Ericsson for Daly to even have a shot.
Yeah.
But man, that race was fun to watch. A lot of different contenders throughout the day that you looked at and went, okay, he's got a shot. Because Indy picks its winners.
Mm-hmm.
You looked at it and you went, Connor Daly's got a shot. Dixon has a shot. Palou has a shot. And then one by one, these guys started to wreck themselves out. Issues on pit road. Palou kind of got hosed just by the timing of the caution flag.
Identical to Dixon last year. Identical
Yes.
to it.
Well, the flip side of the coin is last year Dixon didn't take the emergency stop. And he ran out of
That's right,
fuel
he
and they
did.
couldn't get the car refired. Palou took the penalty. I don't know that they're either way you're screwed.
Yeah.
So
And
by the
turn
way,
two
taking a
was
look
an
at the
absolute
comments here real quick.
also.
Connor Allen wants to know, are we all holding hands in the infield together at Lincoln?
Yes.
When?
Sing Kumbaya.
I don't know, at some point. Ryan
Sing
Stillwagon saying, I just want my
boy.
picture taken under a checkered without a caution. They got the picture.
Yeah.
If you'll notice,
Without the yellow flag.
Aaron Likens did not throw the yellow. The yellow lights were on. Caution was out.
Mhm.
But the yellow flag didn't wave at the flag stand until after Erickson crossed.
I noticed that.
So he got the picture. He earned it. Tyler Toteman checking in as I get ready to jump out of here. Heard there is this outlaw guy coming onto the show today?
Outlaw guy. Yeah. LJ Lombardo coming on the show and here in a few moments. So we'll talk to him in a few minutes. He should be rolling in here just a little bit, but looking forward to that. But yeah, Indy was fun. We talked about before we came on the air. Indy, there's very rarely a bad race at Indy. Very rarely, especially with these new cars. Indy car is probably the strongest right now out of everything. Coke 600, if we want to talk about that, that was good as well. Longest race in NASCAR history. But seemed like a banger on the NASCAR side of things. There was a lot of positive reviews about the Gen 6 car being in the good for this Coke 600 and what has been a lackluster race the last couple of years.
When the
Monaco wasn't bad. What's that?
When the tires were okay.
Yeah, well, that's a Goodyear problem. So, no, shocker. Goodyear being a
But
problem.
bring them to the Outlaws. They can make tires for the Outlaws.
All right, that's enough out of you. That's enough out of you. I didn't say that.
I mean, I
Just
think
like American
any
Racer.
tire, I'm actually really curious to ask Danny how the whole American Racer deal went.
We're going to find out. We'll probably find out this weekend. Because Path Valley's going to be an open show. Big Diamond's open tire show.
Oh, is Diamond an open tire?
Diamond is open tire. Casey confirmed that with me last night.
That is interesting.
Yes. So Diamond is open tire. It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, James Yerger. Macri is definitely the hottest driver in the 410 driver in the nation. What does he have? 11 wins at this point. I think I saw a thing today. He's won well over 150 grand to start the season. Has the highest earnings so far. And it's that number's only going to grow, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think honestly, the Outlaw side of things, you're going to make more money because the Outlaws offer more higher paying purses per week than we do in PA. But you can't knock them. It's good money to stay at home. I mean, that's been the subject of conversation over and over and over again in the state of Pennsylvania and surrounding states is why would our Pennsylvania drivers go off the porch all that often? Well, it's because they're making good money at home and Macri's proven it. Yeah, he's won just about all of the big races we've had in here so far, but he's also winning the local shows that are adding to his totals.
Gentlemen, we have breaking
Speaking of the Outlaws,
news.
Yes.
Important shit.
Oh.
Bojangles is coming to Quakertown.
That's
Oh
not
my
Scoop
God.
County.
Isn't there
I
one
give
in
two shits
Reading?
about that.
Yes,
one in
it's their
Reading.
second location. I believe the first is in Reading. But that's
And you go down south, you want good Bojangles.
That's a little bit down 309 from Grandview. Not far.
I'm still not driving
Really?
to Bojangles before I go to Grandview.
All I'll say is that Popeyes on 309's in deep shit.
Oh boy.
Oh God.
Turf
Dude,
Wars.
I don't even
Turf Wars.
Yo, but the real talk though, Bojangles will them up. I didn't know we just became a food podcast, but here we are.
We have a turf war coming up here, folks.
All right.
When Bojangles sponsors the show, we'll figure it out. We'll talk shit about Popeyes.
Before we get going here, since we got on the subject of food, what is your favorite racetrack food and where?
Oh, good one. I'm a sucker for definitely the Brickers Chicky Tendies down at Lincoln. Before that, it was pit beef. It was pit beef. Pit beef best.
Chicken fingers and French fries.
Yeah, but it's Brickers though. The Brickers chicken tenders are great.
You sound like a fucking 12-year-old.
It makes a difference what it is.
Give me some chicken tenders.
You asked me what my favorite racetrack food is. I gave it to you, and now you're talking shit on me.
All right. Chris, what's yours?
I am going for quantity over quality, but I am saying mug and bun. Pork tenderloin that's the size of a manhole cover tastes like absolute shit, but it's a pork tenderloin from Mug and Bun in Speedway. Okay. The root beer is fantastic. They scratch make their own root beer. It's pretty damn good.
Huh. All right. What about you, Adam?
I'm going to have to say Wing Zings. Yes, Wing Zings. And hot cheese balls from Eldora.
Okay.
Or
if we're going that route, what were they? The chicken bites out in Knoxville. Those are banging.
Yeah, the chicken bites at Williams Grove are pretty good too.
They are really good. Yes. Like I said, before that, the pit beef was probably my favorite at Lincoln. But then they got rid. Now the new pit beef's pretty good. It's really good, actually. It's right up there with the old pit beef at Lincoln. But that pit beef down at Lincoln, that was just, oh God, I look so forward to that every week when I was, But and Packers Pizza is pretty good too.
Yeah, I do like.
Enfield Grove Pizza is good.
Have you had it? I don't know if you had it or not. A couple years ago down in Charlotte when they had all them food trucks here. The mac and cheese with the brisket and the baked beans and coleslaw, all mixed in one.
Oh God!
Yeah. Did you have that?
That's food sweats, man.
I don't think I have.
Yeah, it was down in Charlotte. It was a cup
Oh yes. I know what you're talking about. The barbecue Sunday.
Yeah.
And all right, buddy. I'm gonna bring you in.
Through.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're getting the meat fest right now. Hey, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Join us here on the Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel Hotline. He's going to jump on in here. LJ Lombardo picked up the win at the London Valley Speedway for his first Super Dirt Car win. Dude, welcome to the Highside Hustle, man. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm actually pulling off into a parking lot here so I don't get a ticket while I'm on the show.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, Chris said, is there some kind of a popo behind you or something like that?
I was actually as a cop directly in front of me, but we're not gonna get pulled over today.
Well, I mean, that's a good way to kill your winnings there from Monday night. But dude, congratulations, man! That was a fun race to watch on Monday night. It was kind of refreshing to watch a 100-lap race kind of have a good rhythm like it did, and you kind of fell into where it fell to where it came your way there. It wasn't like a tire that cost Paquetti. Fortunately, Tranny went on his part, but on that last stint there, you just ran a perfect line, a perfect race. I mean, it just seemed like you were in control the entire time there.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. I said in the interview, a dream come true is right. I mean, everything fell on the line. It's pretty crazy because everyone always talks about how, the first big win that you have, it feels like the car's going to fall apart, or, you feel every vibration, and they're not joking at all. I mean, my brakes were worn out. I had the worst vibration I've ever felt in my life. And I mean, like, it's not even like we had tire wear. We had no problems anywhere at all. It's just, I was freaking out the last 30 laps. And I told myself when that last caution came out with 9 to go, I said, all right, listen, you're leading the heat race. You win this, you get in the redraw. We're in the show, is all I told myself. And thank God I calmed back down, because I could have really screwed that one up.
Yeah, definitely, and, like, in a big time moment like that with such high stakes on the line, other than kinda, like, bringing yourself back into, like, a zen state, how did you act? How did you calm yourself down fully to be like, "Hey, this is what needs to happen"?
Myself down. I didn't really have a choice. But no, I mean, I've done good under pressure for a while in my life. And, I've been racing a while. So even when you win a regular Saturday night race with 2 laps to go, you still get the same butterflies in your stomach. It's just, you learn how to get rid of them. And I'm just happy I did. I mean, I'll tell you, I really, really thought when that last caution came out, I thought it was all over.
Well, I thought so too, in a way, because Mark Johnson, he was on you for a while there, but then you pulled away. You had that clean air there. How much was left in your right rear? Because my uncle and I, we were watching that. They didn't show it on their vision, but was there enough on that right rear left? Because it looked okay, honestly, from the little snippet I saw in dirt vision. How much was left of that?
Yeah, I actually just watched it about 20 minutes ago. It was a ton left, and a lot more than I really thought that there was. Opted to go with a harder tire, and I went down and looked at it. But there was some chunks missing out of the very outside tread, and a lot more than we probably wanted. I mean, there's probably 2 or 3 sizes about this big that had chunks out of it, but every other tread all the way across, there was still some that had the tits still on it. So we had a lot left in the tank that we could actually ran. And it's not even that I conserved a ton. I mean, yeah, you didn't see me snap the car sideways getting in the corner. You can't do that for 100 straight laps. But the way Andy was driving when he got the lead, he was conserving way more than I was. And it kind of scared me. I thought to myself, like, if he conserves like this, he's going to have a right rear at the end, and he's going to be able to win the race. So I told myself, I said, as soon as he gets to lap traffic, it's time to light the wick, drive as hard as I can, and get to him. He had people give him hand signals on the back stretch, and Dave Farney gives you hand signals down the front stretch. So every time I get closer, they would close the gap up, and he would light the wick again. And I needed him to do that to burn his shit up so I can actually get to him.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, honestly. I mean, you see the late model guys do it how often? I mean, almost on a nightly basis. And then, you know, once you got to his tail, kind of take us kind of through that. You're on him and you're not letting him get away. Take us through, the moments leading up to when you got around him.
To be honest with you, it's no, it's no lie. He's the fastest car there right now, and he absolutely is. And it's actually kind of awesome to see somebody be that fast there. Like him, hate him, whatever it is. It's impressive to see how good he really is at that place. So when he got the lead, like I just said, I told myself right away, I was like, he'll blow a tire is the first thing I said. And it's like, don't try to race him. He'll blow a tire. And then when the laps start clicking off, we started to reel him back in. And when that caution came out, I didn't want to see that, because I knew I had fresher stuff, and I knew that I can get to him on a long green flag run. So when the caution came out, I'm like, oh, here we go. He's going to cool his tire off. It's going to take about 20 more laps to get to him. And then I didn't see him stop on the front stretch. They asked me that in Victory Lane. I didn't see him stop. Like, I thought he was picking the outside lane, and I just kind of rolled right by him, and not a big deal. And then I go down the back stretch, and everyone's cheering, and I'm like, dude, there's like 40 laps left to go. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're cheering at, but I was about to have a heart attack. And no, I came around the front stretch, and he was stopped, and I saw that they gave the push symbol and like for the tow truck to come push him, and I was like, no freaking way. And then you got to get right back in the zone. It's like, it don't matter. I don't care who it was. You're back in the lead. You got, hound dogs behind you coming after you. It's time to get back in the zone.
Yeah, and
Sometimes
it's the best of the best, without a doubt, up there at at Lebanon Valley. But when you have the Super Dirt Boys come in there, I mean, you got to hold off Shepard. I mean, I thought Shepard was going to be more of a battle up there. He was kind of more mid-pack. Stewie had tire issues, Williamson was kind of non-factor up there. Decker, he had a nice little run going there, but there wasn't much touching you pretty much the entire night there. And I'm sure, like you said, Bicchetti was probably your best challenge there. And it was so weird because it just died. The car just died on him. It's like there was a reverse in it, but then he had no forward gears. So like we're all trying to figure out, tire go down or what? But it's that moment there. I mean, that was just like, okay, this is game on. We're going to see something special that night, and it's so cool to see you be able to go out and get that. And I wanted to go touch on your victory lane interview a little bit there. Talk about your start of this, because you said it was started with a Snap-on dealer, correct? Something like that. You got money from a Snap-on dealer.
Yeah, so the start of my modified career, I mean, it was just 95% of the people out there. You start with either your dad or your uncle or someone like that. Well, me and my father in 2013, 2012, actually, we decided to go sportsman racing, and we were doing very well in go-karts and mini sprints, and we wanted to get into the bigger cars, and my father supported me with everything we needed, plus all of our sponsors, everything that we needed up until 2017. We made the switch to go to Lebanon Valley, and it is no secret. You are spending more money to run Lebanon Valley than any racetrack, honestly, probably in the country. And your maintenance program has to be 10 times better. Now, is that
tire-wise or is that motor-wise?
It's tire-wise, engine-wise, drivetrain-wise. Like, this is no joke. So I had a brand-new drive shaft in my car, a strange oval drive shaft. And I have to change U-joints just after what happened on Monday night. They're brand new for Monday. They have to get changed because I'll get through half the night on Saturday, and you got to change U-joints. Just that.
No, go ahead.
Just that right there, you put in a factor of your brakes. We're running rotors in the back of our car that are 1.25 inches thick, and we're wearing them out. Like we have really good brakes that last us half a season. But if I didn't have those high performance brake packages, I'd be changing brake pads every week. So you have to buy the different things for Lebanon Valley that are going to cost more money. And then your engine package, it's actually kind of crazy. We put 2 and 2 together about our engine rebuild, and what it comes out to is about $20 a lap. You have to throw a $20 bill out of the car a lap, and that's your engine rebuild at the end of the year.
Jesus Christ, LJ.
And that's the problem. I mean, they really, and not knocking on them. I like all the guys in Lebanon Valley, and obviously it's our home track, so I'm never going to talk shit about them. That's not what it is. But they could pay us weekly $5,000 to win, and it'll be a struggle to make a lot of money.
God. But we had that. You mentioned the thing about the U-joints. We had that problem at Grandview a couple years ago. Like, we'd have to replace U-joints every 2-3 weeks just because of how hard the car's getting over in the corner on the banking, and it was just nuts. But yeah, I've heard it on a podcast before you did with Casey. Are you still using that kind of smaller chassis company as compared to the Bicknells and the TOs and the Troyers and stuff like that?
Yeah, and that was the best feeling. That was a 5-race-old PMC we just won with, and I think there was 5 of us total, if that. I think there might even been 4 of us total there.
That's awesome, and it's so cool to see just this kind of little company, taking on the big dogs over at Bicknell, and who proven to win up and down the coast for how many years, and the same can be said with the other 2. But man, it's just so neat to see somebody different do something and make a good product.
Yeah, and I mean, the way that I look at it is, and this is the truth, it's what car wins the most in a whole year. And not knocking on Bicknell. I have a Bicknell sitting in my shop. Of course, Bicknell is going to win the most. They have the most cars out there. Exactly. But again, think about it. What's the most brand car that wrecks the most in a year? Bicknell, because they have the most cars out there. Like, there's the easiest way to put it. They're going to get the most wins. It's trying to revolve something new and go out and branch off and do something new where you don't know if it's going to work. You're literally taking your hard-earned money to put into something that you don't physically know if it's going to work, and we proved that it does.
Yeah, exactly.
You did in a big way there.
It's almost like the quality over quantity. I mean, yeah, there's a shit ton of Bicknells, Troyers, and TOs out there, but there's a couple of you guys, and you're doing damn good things with them.
And honestly, the biggest thing is if you ask any chassis manufacturer, and this is no joke, Randy Williamson personally texted me and Pete Chucka, the owner of PMC, on Monday night on our ride home, congratulating us. So I'll give Randy a shout out for that. Matt Williamson did the same thing. That's really, really, really cool to see because they know I have one of their cars and they know what I'm trying to do. And it's just trying to help the sport more so people will branch off and do it, which was awesome. But the biggest thing is you still have to race against these guys too. You have to find an edge and try to beat them. If I have the exact same car as Stu or Shep or even Matt Williamson, if you have the same car as them, 9 times out of 10, you're not beating them. They do this every single day of their lives. You know, so you got to branch off and do something different. You got to take a swing at it, and you'll miss 9 times out of 10. But that one time that you hit, you're in positions like this.
Yeah, without a doubt. And it's cool to see a new chassis manufacturer I haven't heard of, honestly, because, you know, Bicknell, Tio, they all have the market just surrounded by them. And it's cool to see you branch out and do what you did there, especially with the track, as you said, like Lebanon Valley. It's such a tough track, but my God, I mean, I don't see anything else like it. I mean, New York, you know, it seems like Southern Tier has those, you know, you have your bull rings down Southern Tier, but when you get into like the northern New York there, you know, Western New York, that's when you're starting to get your bigger tracks and your bigger stuff. Like nothing like we have in Pennsylvania here. It is such a different an animal up there, it seems like.
Yeah, it's tough too. Like the person who had the best interview there was Decker. Even said it. He thanked his crew to get his car Lebanon Valley ready. And people who don't run that racetrack will never understand what that means. And it does. It's like I just said, the brake package alone. You are not going to Middletown or Malta or any of the other local tracks that we'll go to. You can run your Lebanon Valley package there, but I literally can hit the brakes. It's a big joke that me and my crew chief Eddie Sickles had last year. We took our Valley car to Malta at the end of the year just to try the new PMC there. I went to turn one, I hit the brakes, and all 4 brakes locked up. And it's like, how are you turning a race car? As soon as you touch the brakes, we have the best brakes money can buy, but you don't need them there.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And then you start to think about, on top of that, if I wanted to go with my 2 Lebanon Valley cars to Middletown, all the stuff that I'd have to change to be competitive. You know, and it's not like how most of these guys can take a car from Utica and go to Fonda, and then they can leave Fonda and run any short track Super Series race, or even the Super Dirt Series. You can leave Canandaigua and go to Weedsport. You know, like we have different cars, different engines, and we're trying to put out the most power possible. If you think, like, this is the best part. We have one engine that ran Lebanon Valley, and it was a really good Billy the Kid engine, and it had the most power that I've ever had. It was almost
Looks like LJ just went like full dead on us.
I was wondering who went dead, if it was us or if it was him. He'll come back on in a second.
Yeah,
hopefully.
we'll have
But
him
this is
back
a good
here in just a
interview.
second.
If you guys are just joining us here, LJ Lombardo is we're having a fantastic conversation with him here on the Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel Hotline. If you have any questions for LJ, put them down in the comments here. But you know, it's so unique to hear him talk about. Hey, there he is. Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Hopefully,
Maybe.
it like literally it was so perfect, and then right that moment, boom, dead. Welcome to the show, folks. The Highside Hustle.
It's not
it's been
either
a while
of
since we
our
had
internet.
and I thought it was. I really
Real
thought it
quick
was
here, while we wait for LJ
Yes.
to reappear on us. Linda Collins saying, "I think you have to be drunk to watch this. It helps."
It helps a lot.
You're not wrong. I mean, we're kind of all over the place.
We are, but you know what? That's what makes a good conversation. I feel like, you know, when you're able to go back and forth on different things, and you know, there's no agenda with us. We're just having a bullshit session, and that's all this is. It's just us shooting the shit. And hey, welcome back.
What's oh my god. Felt like I was on fucking the moon.
Oh my god. Yeah, you'll have that in these big jobs. But anyway, dude, I mean, like So what's the rest of the year look like for you, man? It's obviously you're up in New York up there, and do we see you come down? Have you had any desire to come down? Maybe try Big Diamond, Grandview, maybe even hit Bridgeport up, since that's been on everyone's list the last couple of years here now with the new track. Chris, did you unmute us?
He's still here.
Okay. I don't know if he can hear us or not. Hopefully he
deal,
can.
and it makes sense to go to the Sixer for us. Am I still frozen? Can you guys hear me?
We got you.
Nope,
now,
we
bud.
got you now. You might want to restart your answer. There, but
Can you hear me?
yeah, we got you. We got you now. Can you hear us? Oh, hold on. It's the magic of television, folks.
I can.
Are we good now?
You got me?
You know who we blame for this? We blame Casey. We blame Casey for this. He's the only man to blame for this.
Freaking Casey.
By the way,
that's an easy blame right there.
It is an easy blame. It's a very easy blame. But anyway, you were saying about any chance to see maybe down here come like I heard something about the Sixer there. Maybe see. I would love to see you at Bridgeport. I think you and Bridgeport would get us great, honestly.
Yeah, no, Bridgeport would be absolutely awesome. We just got a brand new spec motor, so it would make sense to go there now.
That'd be good. That'd be really good to see at Bridgeport with the spec motor, and they run good there. I don't think you need too much of a big block there anymore. If it's a 5/8, yeah, you need the big block, but you can get away with the spec motor down there. I feel like.
Yeah, no, go down. That's what he bounces back and forth between a few different motors from Billy the Kid, and he that would be huge too. I mean, I'm sure we could reach out to him and try to get something going. But Bridgeport would be awesome to go to. The Sixer makes sense for us now, having a spec motor, and our spec program has grown in the last 3 or 4 weeks now. So, as of right now, my only plan, and I was going to run everything. We were going to run the full short track Super Series, and we had so many different races scheduled. The problem that we had was getting our engines. We have our cars. We couldn't get engines in the beginning of the year, so we put a kibosh to it. Because even if you get one engine, yeah, you go run half a season. If you wear it out, what are you supposed to do? You can't get parts to rebuild it right now. So I don't want to have a decent year and then have to throw it away at the end of the season. So I'd rather, put everything together and put all our eggs in one basket for next year and just focus on Lebanon Valley right now with a big block and small block weekly.
But if you do come down to Grandview for the Sixer, get there early because the tech line is a bitch.
I heard.
It's
like fucking insane, and I'm happy.
It's really not that bad. But if you get there early and get it knocked out, then you have the rest of the day to kind of do your maintenance and your prep and whatever else you got going on. Because the night before you're running practice laps, and it just kind of makes sense. You get everything to tech early, and then you have the rest of the day to put it together. Meanwhile, you have guys that show up at noon, and they're in tech for 3 hours, and then they have only an hour and a half to finish doing their tires and whatever else the heck they have to do. Sometimes it's just madness, but it's also really
I love what you said though, LJ.
And take it all in.
That you're happy about that though. Tell us why you're happy about that.
Because tech is everything. I mean, honestly, let's face it. There's a lot of places that run out of time at the end of the night to tech race cars, and that has a lot to do with it. And for race fans that don't know that, it's not always just the track favorite one or not teching people. I'm going to stick up for racetracks and say that many of the tech guys they're not given the time to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
And think about it. On Saturday night, I live 2.5 hours away from Lebanon Valley Speedway. And when we were done, they P&G'd our motor, and they went through everything top end wise that they could possibly do without pulling anything apart. And they did. They thoroughly teched our engine. But then you look at the time on a Monday night, many of my guys have to go to work the next day. I didn't walk into my apartment until 4 o'clock in the morning. Granted, I drank a lot of beer. I did, and I can't say I didn't, but
And I'm sure you were going to go to bed till at least 4 in the morning, being that wired up. Though, I mean, the adrenaline. There's no way that thing wore off at least 10 o'clock the next morning, if that.
I couldn't go to bed. Well, I couldn't go to
No way
bed
you
because
could've.
if I woke up next morning it was a dream, I was going to be pissed.
Oh my god! Hey, before we let you go, though, Casey did ask or send me a question to ask you here. It's pretty stupid, honestly. He said if his podcast sticker is on his car, and if we got him over the hump into victory lane.
His podcast sticker is on my car. I tried to hit it with a pressure washer to get it off, but it wouldn't come off.
Good. Burn that shit. We'll send you a Highside Hustle sticker when we get them made. We don't need that shit on there. Go listen to the Four White Salute podcast, folks. It's great because Casey's also asking me for help at the 410 show on Tuesday night, Big Diamond. So I got to kiss a little bit of ass there. So hey, LJ, it's been great to talk with you here, man. It's always fun to be able to talk to the New York guys. Adam and I are diehard Central PA. Modified sprint car guys, and we have our New Jersey and our Delaware boys here, but when we get a chance to talk to some New York guys and learn a little bit about them, it is always cool. Thank you so much for taking some time out, man. Who you got to thank for your win on Monday night and get you up and down the road?
Yeah, I definitely got to thank, I even said in victory lane, my father, he got me to this point in my career, so a big shout out to him. And he sacrificed a lot for everything I needed to do to get to this point, and I will forever be grateful for that. And Paul Wino from Snap On, I know Paul will see this, and I truly appreciate everything he does. He's probably the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. Frick Trucking, Penske Shocks, Precision Hydraulic and Oil. I know that he's out there by you guys. Joe Infante, he's great with me. Stop Tech Brakes, PMC Race Cars, Billy the Kid, and there's so many more people that do this. And I know that the only thing that bothers me, I will say this quick, the thing that bothers me is I get my name out there. My name is so big, but it's not just me. There's so many people that put so much time and so much effort into this, and I'm just grateful that I can race for such a good race team.
And you know what? You are now a Super Dirt Car Series winner, man. Congratulations. Hey, you also got the guaranteed starter at Oswego this year, so that's a big check mark off there. And who knows? We may be talking to you after Super Dirt Week, man. Thanks for coming on, man. Congratulations again. And I'm sure we'll be talking to you soon. And if you come to PA, hit us up. We'll definitely hang out. We'll have a couple, we'll grill up something, have a beer or two. Yeah, we're game for it, man. Let us know.
Sounds good to me. Awesome. Thank you guys very much, and thank you for what you guys do for the racing community. It's awesome to see.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Have a great night, buddy. We'll talk to you soon. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. LJ Lombardo on Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel Hotline. Give us a thumbs up there if you enjoyed that interview with LJ. That was a lot of fun with talk with him a little bit. But we got a couple minutes left on the show here. Finches Meat Markets News and Notes. Really quick. Adam, time to shine, buddy.
Really quick. We have the biggest news of the week, in my opinion. KTJ parts ways with Snow Racing. That kind of
broke just this afternoon, by the way.
In my opinion, kind of came out of nowhere. He didn't have a terrible showing with the All-Stars, but it also wasn't, spectacular. Had a couple good runs, and I think he was kind of starting to get his feet not necessarily wet, but like on the ground when it comes to the wing side of things. So it'll be interesting to see where he ends up, or maybe if he puts up his own car again like he has in years past.
That's what it sounded like.
Just have to see what happens there, because he said he enjoys the wing side of things. He wants to do the wing thing, and he is in contention for Rookie of the Year with the All-Stars. So who knows? I guess we'll have to wait until the All-Stars race this weekend or next weekend. They off this weekend?
This weekend. They're Attica and Atomic, and then next week starts Ohio Speed Week.
So I'm sure right now he's kind of focusing on, trying to get stuff in order for maybe the start of Speed Week. I don't know. Indy Midget Week unofficially kicks off tonight. One of the best weeks in racing starts tonight at Tri-City in Illinois. Tomorrow night, Cat starts the Indiana Sprint Week version 2K22 at Bloomington. Always one of my favorite weeks of the year. Obviously, we're not going to be able to make it because I can't afford to drive to Indiana right now. So I will be glued to Flow Racing the next, 5-6 nights, something like that. Hopefully the weather cooperates. Next thing we have.
My God, you sections are getting beat up so badly this year by weather. You sections get terrible weather.
Yeah, that's really anywhere though. I mean, the World of Outlaws already has 11 rainouts, something like that, which is nuts. That 11 rainouts is usually the Outlaws total at the end of the year, and we're on the second day of June. So, speaking of weather, Houston Speedway said that they're going to be ready for Sunday with the World of Outlaws after heavy storms this week damaged the property. Which is good to see.
Here's the thing about that. That was literally hours after their Sunday night show, which, by the way, a fantastic feature. Damn it, who the hell won that? But it was over Kerry Madsen, and it was like by less than a car length. It was a really, really damn good feature. But that was a Nora race.
And last but not least, we have Rossi out of Andretti and onto McLaren, which is interesting.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Chris broke that here before we came on air here with that. So that's going to be interesting to see where that leads forward to. It's so weird that, Indy 500 silly, the IndyCar silly season is already starting. And the Indy 500 is not even, 5 days in a rearview mirror. So, silly season.
Makes you wonder on how long stuff has been in the works for. But before we get out of here, I want to say thanks to Trina for sending 200 stars. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, Trina.
Who you got this weekend?
Oh boy. Let's see here. Oh God. I don't even know who I got this weekend. I'm gonna go more where we're going this weekend, which tomorrow night probably just gonna chill out, enjoy it. Tomorrow night. Saturday, gonna go. You and I were up at Seals Grove for the Kramer Cup. Order that, by the way. Big race there. And then Sunday, up in the air on Path Valley or Hagerstown. Haven't seen too many late models yet this year, but we all love 410s at Path Valley, so that's kind of a toss-up. Tuesday, obviously Big Diamond, which, my God, listen, first 410 race at Big Diamond or last year, all right, you had the rain, whatever, 12 cars. Nah, scrap that. First 410 race at Big Diamond, 9 years coming up on Tuesday night. Looking forward to that one there. I will say, if he is there, there's no doubt about it. He's going to win. Anthony Macri probably takes home the win on Tuesday night, Big Diamond.
I'm going to go against the grain on that one. He's been running really well recently. He's putting a lot of deep charges towards the front together. I'm going to go with Danny Dietrich on Tuesday. Like you said,
not a bad call.
I'm probably going to just hang out tomorrow night unless feeling spontaneous. I'll make a trip to Williams Grove, or maybe I'll just go to Diamond because I think Diamond's tri series.
Tri-track, yeah, that's right. Tri-track.
Yes, Friday. Maybe I'll just head out to Diamond. Something close.
Not bad call either.
Stevie Smith Memorial, whatever you want to call it, down at Lincoln.
19,000 to win.
I don't know. I'm gonna either say Macri or Dietrich, but I don't know if they're for sure coming, but I saw the Speed Lab car might be here on Saturday with a guy named Darren Pittman behind the wheel.
There's been talk about that. Pittman's supposed to be back behind the wheel more.
That would be cool to see. I know he hasn't. I mean, he's run decent at Lincoln, but it'd be cool to kind of see that happen. Speed Lab car has been notoriously good at Lincoln, no matter who's behind the wheel. So, see how that shakes out. Saturday, Kramer Cup's kind of that's a tough one. I don't know who to really pick for that, but Sunday, I think I'm really excited to see how the open tire rule goes at Path Valley. We only got to see warm-ups the last time, so that should be neat. I'm curious to see who all is going to go branch out and run an American racer or whatever else they want to run. I know we saw Danny run an American racer for warm-ups and time trials there on the right.
I think he got fourth in time trials.
It's
Right
still
rear.
that's impressive. You have 2 mixed match tires on the ass end and still came out in the top 5 for qualifying. So see what happens.
It's something to watch. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen Sunday and Tuesday. I think you're gonna see a lot of interesting things. Open tire rules. Whether if the weather's good, which Sunday looks absolutely picture perfect. Tuesday's looking like maybe some morning rain, but after that should be pretty good the rest of the day. Get out and see the races, folks. Chris, I know had a hard off at 8:00, but it's 8:03. Oh well, the hell with you. Who do you got? What's coming up on the National Race Network?
We've got a ton of stuff coming up this weekend. It will be tonight is the Ezra IndyCar Series from Indianapolis and the season finale for 2022 Season 2 of the Indy Pro 2000 Championship for Watkins Glen. Coming up Saturday and Sunday, making their debut on the National Racing Network, Real World Auto Racing, the Spec Corvette Series.
Ooh.
From Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California.
Really?
Look at you.
No
Look at you,
shit.
big
Look
shoes.
Look at you, big guy.
Dropping dimes and breaking news announcements on the show here. We're looking forward to it. Entirely remote production. It has the potential to be a world-class dumpster fire. My gut tells me it's going to be a pretty darn good show, though.
Well, it's always a good show here on National Racing Network, and it's always going to be dumpster fire when it involves, this program or anything else.
Only you.
Racing Network.
You
Only
are
us.
the dumpster fire, bud.
Yeah,
we are the dumpster fire, but
literally only you.
Yeah, it is me. All right, I'm going to light a match. That's it. That's going to do it, folks, for another edition of the Highside Hustle. Once again, thanks to our great sponsors, Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel. Thanks to LJ Lombardo for coming on and joining us on the Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel hotline. Tonight, for Motorsports, the ticker down below, all the news and results from last week, as well. And, of course, Alan Grace with Hot Shoe Racewear from behind us here with the Highside Hustle flag. Go check out Racewear for all your suits and all that other needs here. And, folks, that's another edition of the Highside Hustle in the books. Don't forget to get out, see the races. We should be back next Thursday night. That will be our Eastern Storm preview. Actually, I'll do this for you right now. So here's what it's going to look like for the next couple weeks here. We will be here next Thursday the 9th. Obviously, for our Eastern Storm preview coming up here. We'll probably be off on the 16th. That'll be Selinsgrove for Eastern Storm. Maybe we'll try and figure to do something out there. And then 23rd will be our PA Speed Week preview. Going to appear on the 23rd, and then probably be off should be off on the 30th then for Hagerstown Speed Week night, and then back at it here on July 7th. So that is the month of June. Literally, you look at that month of June, it seems like it's going to fly by, Adam. It really does, because next thing you know, Eastern Storm's here, Speed Week's here. Next thing you know, we're talking about Summer Nationals. Then, it is just flying by this year.
Oh yeah,
Love to see it.
Once you get to Eastern Storm, it's business picks up in a minute, real quick, which is cool because you figure you have Eastern Storm, like you said, rolls kind of almost right into Speed Week.
Mm-hmm.
It should be fun, and then don't forget while we're in between, Eastern Storm and all that, in our Speed Week, we're working on Ohio Speed Week and looking at all that coverage for 7-8 days. It's
Dirt Car Nationals are starting up too. There's a lot. I think Flow Racing Night in America is on the night too.
Yeah. So I'm actually, if you're all done here, I'm gonna catch on out of here and go watch some midgets and some late models.
Me too. That's going to do it here, folks, for the Highside Hustle here on the National Racing Network. For everyone here, executive producer Chris Graham, Big Sexy Adam Rewright. My name is Bert Wojcik, folks. Keep on hustling. We'll see you guys next week on the Highside Hustle. Enjoy the races.